So welcome to eCore History 2111. This is a short course, and it's 8 weeks long as opposed to 16. It does move fast, but you're done in 8 weeks, so there is a perk to that. I wanted to create a video so that it helps students to learn to navigate GoView if they haven't had an eCore course before, and many times students this is their first experience with an online course. So rather than spending your time figuring out the system, I prefer that you read the content and work in the course. So I thought I would create a video just to give you a clue about how to navigate. This is my contact information. I guarantee that I will be in touch within 24 hours on weekdays and 48 hours on weekends, but it will be faster than that 99% of the time, because I know that students, if they're working and they need an answer pretty quick. So I'll be in touch if I don't answer on the first ring or the first text. This information is also in the syllabus too. I have no idea why that happened. Okay, so the pacing in this course, this is not a professional video for sure. The pacing is 6 units in 8 weeks, so it turns out to be about 8 days per unit. You have 1 discussion and 1 quiz in each unit. There's a proctored midterm exam and a final exam, and then there are 3 essays in units 3, 5, and 6. The proctored midterm, the reasoning behind that is you have to have a proctored exam in any fully online course. It's a federal requirement related to financial aid. So whether you get financial aid is not really the issue, but it's a federal guideline. So you have to have a proctored midterm. If you do not have, or a final, I do the proctored midterm because typically students are scrambling at the end of the term to get things going. It either coincides with your midterm exams or it coincides with your final exams and you're scrambling. So I'd use the proctored midterm so that in case something happens and you were to miss the midterm exam, you've still got a little bit of time to go back and make up that exam, since you have to have it to pass. If you do not take the proctored midterm, you will not pass this course, even if you have a 100 average. That is very important that you understand that. You have to have a proctored midterm, and you'll have more information about that in this video, but also in the announcements widget on the home page. So stand by for that. To access your course content meaning your textbook, and any videos that might be there, and I've got a screenshot for you in a second, but that's where you find your textbook, is in the content. It's online. It's a textbook that's online. If you prefer to purchase it, the bibliographic information is in your syllabus, and you can purchase a copy of the textbook for about $35. It's really big, but you could still purchase it if you really feel strongly about having a hard copy. Accessing your email, internal email is typically the easiest way to get in touch with me, and that way all the emails are together in one place, and I've got a screenshot to show you where that is too. But my external email at West Georgia is also on the syllabus too, so you can access it either place. Okay, so here's the screenshot of your course homepage. When I say announcements in the widget, this is where you'll see this. I have s'mores, which are online newsletters, and they coincide with each unit, and so there's a lot of information there. I had a student last term. This is the first time in 4.5 years that I've had a student tell me that I had too much content in a course, and I thought then I need to explain to students, you do not have to access every website, you don't have to read every article, you don't have to watch every video. I suggest that you watch part of it or some of it, and particularly if you're having an issue with understanding a concept or you need more information, go back and look at some of those videos, because it does give you a better understanding, and it's not as reading heavy, because history courses are typically heavy on reading. So this is another option. That does not mean that you get out of reading your textbook. You do need to read the textbook. That's where your quizzes are pulled from, and your midterms and the final. But the videos are entertaining. They give you a different perspective, but you don't have to watch every single one. So I do need to make that disclaimer. But here's where you're going to find your content, where the arrow is, and you'll click on that link, and it will take you to the table of contents for the whole course. And we'll move on to the next screenshot. Okay, so when you click on this content here, you're going to see the table of contents show up. This is important. Your proctored exam registration information. That is an important link to know where that is. This is your Start Here information, course resources. This is your table of contents, meaning everything that's included. These are all the materials for Unit 1, the materials for Unit 2, and it goes on down the line. You have, under course resources, you have tutoring service link, student guide to eCore, eCore website, student change request form, and it goes. There's two more down there that weren't in the screenshot. But this is where you can look to find important information in the course resources right here. But you'll start here. There are a lot of arrows. So this is where your internal email is. So if there's an email to you, then you will see a red dot there. This is your communication. You click here for discussions. These are your assessments. You click here for your quizzes, Dropbox, proctored midterm, and final exam. And also your grades are under this link as well. And then here's your syllabus. So everything is included there. I suggest you print your syllabus out, but that's just me. I think that it's, an important resource. Also, under your communication, you'll see a calendar that gives you the information that's coming up. And I will post calendars for each month, and on the announcements this afternoon, which is Sunday. I'll have those posted in the announcements so that you can print those too. Now I have a star here by the proctored exam registration information, because that is most important, that you go ahead and sign up for an appointment. The testing window is February 2nd through the 6th. So you will need to sign up for an appointment sooner rather than later to make sure you get an appointment. There are many sites around the state, so no matter where you are, there should be a site either on your campus or close by. And so all of the information that you need is in that link about the proctored exam. There is a fee, and I'm not sure how much it is. It varies site to site. Maybe $25, some maybe $30, and I think I've heard of one that was maybe $50. So you need to be prepared for that. You'll be able to use your study guide that I provide for you. The proctors will know that you can have a one-page study guide, front and back. You can either handwrite your notes, or you can type your notes, and then you print it out, and it's one page front and back, and they know that you can have that to help you with the midterm exam. Now, the midterm will cover units 1, 2, and part of 3, but I will have all the topics that will be covered listed. So because the proctored exam comes in about the middle of unit 3 instead of at the end. So there may be information that you have to go back and you have to pick up ahead of time to take the proctored exam from unit 3. Read the announcements. There are important announcements that show up there. All of the online newsletters are already scheduled to appear that with each unit as the units change. But there are also important announcements as things arise during the term that need to be addressed. So it's important that you look at the announcements on your home page. This is just more information, a repeat of what I just told you about the proctored exam. Your essays. There are 3 essays, one in Unit 3, one in 5, and one in 6. Plagiarism, don't do it. Everything that you submit, every essay that you submit, is stored in the Turnitin.com database, which means that it's stored there forever and all time. And so I've had students who've turned in the same paper 2 terms in a row, and it just doesn't work because they come back with a 100% originality report, which is plagiarism. You don't turn in the same paper twice. You don't use other students' papers to write your paper. Your similarity percentage is supposed to be 10% or less. That allows for your bibliographic citations at the end of your essay and maybe one quote in a paper this brief, because the paper doesn't have to be but 3 to 5 pages long, double spaced. And so it's not a huge, each essay is not a huge assignment. They're important because they count a good bit of your grade, but you need to make sure that you're very careful about not using too many quotes, about not copying and pasting information in. Read the information, put it into your own words, and then cite your sources at the end of your essay. If there are issues with similarity, then you will hear from me. You get a 0 on the essay, and then I have to report you per my contract with eCore. I have to report you to your school for plagiarism. So there are many different types of plagiarism, and I have a video that I'm going to post about that too, because I am determined to avoid these problems as much as possible, as much as I can, to help you to know what not to do, how to avoid plagiarism. So each essay will be submitted in the Dropbox that is labeled Essay 3, Essay Unit 5 Essay, and Unit 6 Essay. And so they're in the Dropbox under Assessments. The final exam. I didn't mean to do that. The final exam is not proctored because we had the proctored midterm. It will be the same format as the quizzes and the midterm exam. The study guide will be posted in the announcements widget well before, at least a week before the exam, to give you time to go through and make your notes and those kinds of things. And so you can take that on your own time at the end of the term. I hope this has helped, and I will post this announcement and this video, and then also the plagiarism video today. Thanks, and I am looking forward to this term.